Hello. I got to do something fun this weekend. I had a chance to do something you don't normally do, and it made me think about why we do all this functional fitness stuff. It kind of put it into perspective. My name's Chris Butterworth. I'm 56 years old and I feel great. A few years ago, as I turned 50, I was broken down. I was living with chronic pain, and functional fitness helped fix me. So I created this Healthy Butter channel. My goal is to share what I've learned, make it easier for you than what I had to figure out on my own. And we talk a lot about fighting Father Time and the effects every day, every step of the way. So let's talk about what I went through this weekend. I went to one of those big warehouse style kid play places where there's all sorts of Ninja Warrior stuff and obstacle courses and jumping off pits that you can dive into and all that kind of stuff. I went with a special needs group. My oldest son has special needs, and we did a social event there. But there were tons of kids' birthday parties. It was just open, and it was crowded, and it was a lot of fun. Everybody was having a good time. First of all, with the proliferation of the Ninja Warrior stuff and the parkour stuff and the gymnastic stuff, these kids are bouncing around, just doing stuff that only the most fearless of the kids in my generation did. Everybody there is just doing flips and spins, and they're fearless, bunch of daredevils. It was pretty fun to see. Anyway, I'm going to put a video up here. I think it's going to be over here. I'm not very good at editing, so we'll see what this looks like. But this is me getting a chance to cross the monkey bars. After all the kids went back and forth like spider monkeys, they gave me a turn, and I got to work my way across. So that was pretty cool. Part of it was the fact that I was able to do it, right? This is something that most people at 56 years old are not swinging across monkey bars. And so there were no other dads that tried it. There were a couple other people that looked at me and thought it was funny that I did it. I don't know. I wanted to do it, and I was able to do it. And it started me thinking about this pyramid of why we do functional fitness. And so let's walk through it for a couple minutes here. When I was in chronic pain, living with chronic pain sucks. Rolling over in bed is an effort. Getting out of bed in the morning is a slow process. Getting in and out of the car. Lower back pain is just, it's for real. Like, it limits you. And we don't want that. So I think the first thing we want to do with functional fitness, when you pick up a kettlebell and then you start introducing clubs, and then after that you introduce Mace, and you start doing these full body functional fitness movements, the first thing we want to do is be pain-free. Living with pain is a terrible thing. And if we can avoid it and put some effort into it, let's do it. As we start to make the pain subside and we get our range of motion back, and we can bend over better, and we can move further, and we can rotate our body, having mobility gives you independence. And you can travel, you can do what you want, when you want, where you want. You don't need to worry about if they have accommodations. Is there going to be an elevator? Is there too much walking? When you're pain-free and when you have mobility, the world's your oyster. And for me personally, at 56, I don't get to travel a ton. I take some little short vacations, but we generally stay reasonably close to local. I want to travel a lot when I retire. And that's 10 years down the road. I want to maintain this mobility. I want to maintain pain-free because I want to travel the whole world, and there's a whole bunch of things I want to see. So I think the mobility piece is really important. Stacking up on top of that is strength. As you're doing these functional fitness and functional strength exercises, that kettlebell gets lighter and lighter. You can do it for longer and longer. You start to build your body in balance, and your core works together with your back and your front, and you can do more things. Mobility is independence for yourself, but strength allows you to help others, right? It allows you to be functional if you're going to go on a missionary and build houses for people. if you're going to help somebody else carry their bag, even on an airplane, put their bag up on the top, the top bin. Being able to be independent and helping others makes you a better part of society, right? Makes you a better human, a better part of your network. So we want to be pain-free. We want to have mobility. We want to have strength. And then after that, those are all utilitarian reasons. The fourth thing is just to be able to have fun anywhere you go. I'm basically an 18-year-old in a 56-year-old's body, and I bounce off the walls, and I've got adult ADD, and I love doing stuff. So I want to be able to run up the hill. I want to do a backflip off the bow of the boat into the lake. I want to climb a tree. I want to, we talk about as we get older and having grandkids, and you want to be able to get down on the floor and play with the kids. Wonderful, right? Mobility, getting up and down off the floor, Turkish get-ups. All of this stuff comes together, right? But what about the older kids? I want to play with the older kids. I want to go play baseball and play catch and run and jump and do the stuff with the older kids and have fun for a longer amount of time. So I think all these things just stack together. If you're able to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, help the people that need help, have some fun along the way, functional fitness is our answer. So let's keep fighting off Father Time. Let's do this thing and let's get better. Have a great day. Go get better.